Hello everybody and welcome to this Burbling class. My name is Amy and today's class is part of my series in the Best of British Culture topic, which is basically a chance to both explore one of the primary cultures of the English language, which is where I'm from, the UK, but also to kind of use that as a talking point, a starting point for discussing the cultures where you guys are from, because it's interesting to share all of the different diversity of culture that we have here on Verbling and all around the world. So today I'm going to be reading an article called "What Does It Mean to Be British?" from the Guardian newspaper online. You can access this article via the link that you'll see on the class description. We won't get through the whole article today, but it is interesting to see the perspectives of 5 young people from the UK talking about what it means to be British, what they feel it involves, and also we're going to be talking about your cultures. So do come along and join us if you would like to practice your speaking. It's going to be an interesting class today because it's a very interesting article. I found it really interesting to read myself. So let's have a look at some things that can help you out. During your time here on Verbling, there are several resources that you can use to help you. The first of which is, this one is my Facebook page, but generally the teachers do have a Facebook page related to Verbling. So go ahead there, you can click on and follow me or like me and see what I'm doing on that page and what my students are doing, a way of keeping in touch informally, sharing ideas, sharing resources. Do go ahead and check that out if you have a spare moment amidst your studying. The second of the 2 pages there in the chat box is my Verbling teacher page, which you can use to find out more information or to get in touch with me. So if you're interested in my classes and you want to keep an eye on them, you can click on the blue follow button. You'll receive automatic notifications of my classes when they're upcoming, and you'll be able to see what they're going to be about. So if you really want to focus on writing, for example, you can see when those writing classes are coming up and make sure that you don't miss out on them by booking ahead. The other thing that you'll see on there is my calendar. So some students like to also take on private tutoring sessions, which is useful for one-on-one study. So if there's anything that you have specific that you want to work on, or you just like to have time just with you and the teacher, then the one-on-one tutoring sessions are the best way to go. In my sessions, what we'll do is discuss your goals and your needs, come up with a plan, and work on those things together throughout your sessions. Or if you just have a one-off problem question, you would like a grammar explanation, or you want to prepare for an exam, you can use your tutoring session in whichever way you like. So do go ahead, have a look at my schedule, take a look at the other teachers' schedules too. You'll find all of that information on the Verbling teacher page. Okay, so today's topic, as I mentioned before, is Best of British Culture. What does it mean to be British? An interesting question, because I think it means different things to different people. We're going to read an article today, or at least part of an article, and we're going to discuss both what it means to be British, but also what it means to be a member of your society or your culture in your country. So, who do we have to talk about this lovely topic with us today? Let's say hi to the students. We'll go in order so I don't miss anybody out. So I'll say hello to Amari. How are you today?
I'm a fine teacher. Thank you for asking. You?
I'm great, thank you, Amari. And do you have any exciting news for me today, this lovely Wednesday evening for you? Thursday morning for me.
No, today I just work and I will to see a movie in the end of night.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in the in my weekends, probably I will make a party because it's my birthday.
Ah, it's your
Will
birthday!
yeah.
When? When's your birthday, Amari? Today or at the weekend?
No, 29 of July.
29th.
Yes, I will
Okay.
make it when I'm 6 years old.
Very exciting. Well, I hope you have a great party.
Sorry? I don't
I
understand,
hope
sorry.
I hope you have a great party at the weekend.
Oh, that's great. Thank you, teacher. Thank you. I have a cold today. Maybe my voice is strange. I don't know.
Oh, that's okay. I can understand you perfectly.
Okay, great. Thank you.
All right, welcome to the class, Amari. Great to have you here. Harry, hello, and how are you?
Good morning, I'm doing fine. I just finished another class
Hmm.
and it
Excellent.
was great that I continue to speak English and it's becoming better and better with time. I recognize it and
That's really great news, Harry. Congratulations. You're obviously putting in lots of effort, so you're getting rewards from it, which is good. I'm very glad to hear that.
now I want to more about British people. Maybe you can tell me because I don't know really much about British people.
Well, we are a mysterious lot, Harry. But you'll find out a little bit today when we start reading our articles. So hopefully, well, you can ask me as many questions as you like, but we'll find out what other people feel like about being from the UK a bit later. So welcome to the class.
Okay, thank you.
Hussein, how are you today?
Hello, Amy. I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm great, thank you very much. And have you had a good day today, a bad day,
No,
an
but it was
indifferent
very
day?
good. No, it was very good. I have
Yeah?
had a lot of fun and I have studied English. I still keep studying,
Mm-hmm.
as you see. And yeah, that's it.
All right, just a regular old day.
Yeah,
Very good.
exactly.
Well, that's good to know. And each day that you keep on studying English, you're getting better and better. So that's good news. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's say hello to John or John Jaime.
John Jaime. Hi, teacher.
Hello, nice to meet you. Where are you from, John Jaime?
I am from Bogota, Colombia.
Ah, very cool. So tell me, why are you studying English?
Why? Because it's very important for the work, for the study, for everything, I think, in a globalized world like this.
Yep.
It's very important.
All right. And well, I agree with you totally. What is your job, John Jaime? Are you studying or working?
Yes, I work in a university. I am a professor of
Ah, and what
mathematics.
subject? Oh, mathematics. Don't talk to me about mathematics. We'll stick with English, okay?
Yes, but I need a lot of English in my career for read papers and write papers.
Yeah. I
Told.
can only imagine. I can only
Yes.
imagine. Well, it's lovely to meet you, and welcome to the class.
Okay, thank you.
Hello to Raphael. Number one, should I say? Because you actually have two Raphaels. So Raphael with the sunglasses on in your picture. Hello.
Okay, hello.
Nice to meet you. Have I met you before?
What?
Have I met you before?
No, I don't think so. I think it's the first class with you.
All right. Well, very nice to meet you in that case.
Thank you, I feel the same.
And where are you from, Raphael?
I'm from Brazil, and I'd like to say that we have something in common with John, because I'm also a math teacher. I'm a math teacher too, but I can say that I gladly don't speak or don't teach math anymore because I didn't used to work in the university. I used to work in the high school, and it's
Mm.
not easy to teach teenagers. Now I feel really relieved because I don't teach math to them anymore.
To be honest, I can imagine that it would be very difficult to be a high school maths teacher, Raphael. Oh my goodness. So
Yes.
what do you do now? Now that you're not a maths teacher any longer?
Yeah, but I can say that I'm not going to lie at this teaching, but when I remember my past experiences, I know that I made the right choice. But
Wow.
now I work in the office of a public university. I still work for education, but not teaching. Now I work in the office of a public university in the human resources department. And during the weekends, I work as a photographer. And I
Wow.
really enjoy taking pictures and learning English because I do it just for fun.
Just for fun. That's what I like to hear, Raphael.
Yes. Can I say something else?
Of
I'm
course.
so happy because I can understand everything that you are saying. Because I said to myself, am I ready to go to England? Because I was watching an interview with the singer Adele, and I got so frustrated because I could understand only 50% of she was saying. And
Hmm.
I thought, maybe I'm not ready to go to England because I cannot understand her. Maybe people there speak like her, and I will be lost.
That is a very good point, Raphael. I'm guessing that the reason that you couldn't understand Adele very well is she has a very strong London accent. So she has a different accent to me. Basically, my accent is quite neutral. It's what we call received pronunciation, which is, I don't know, the BBC sort of English, although we do have many presenters on the BBC from different parts of the country. But Adele not only has a strong accent, but she also uses a lot of slang. So I can understand why you probably couldn't understand her. However, I think after listening to that accent a little while longer, you'd familiarize yourself with it.
Oh, thank you.
All right, nice to meet you. Welcome to the class, and we'll say hello to the other Raphael. How are you doing, Raphael, without sunglasses?
Hi, Amy.
How are you today?
I'm okay. Breathing. Vital signs normal.
Just
Uh,
normal, just same old, same old.
yes, Wednesday. So there are 2 days left to the week. So
Yeah, you've got middle of the week blues.
yes,
I understand that, Raphael. For me, it's already Thursday, and that means tomorrow is Friday, which makes me feel great.
yes. I forgot to live in the future. So
I do live in the future. You're
I
right.
envy you.
Ah, yes, but the worst thing about it is usually that I reach Monday before you. Don't forget that. You're still on the
Yes,
weekend when I'm
yes,
on Monday morning, so yeah.
yes,
It's six of one, half a dozen of the other.
yes.
All right, well, welcome to the class, Raphael. And I'll say also hello to Wissam.
Yes, hello.
Hello, did I say your name right?
Yes, right. I'm Sam.
Excellent. Well, nice to meet you. Where are you from, Wissam?
Thank you. I'm from Iraq.
You're from Iraq. What time is it in Iraq at the moment?
2:15 a.m.
Oh my goodness gracious. What a dedicated student, Wissam. Did you work today?
Yes.
All right. Well, you're still going. I hope you're going to go to bed after this class.
Yeah.
But it's lovely to meet you. Welcome to the class. So, guys, our topic today is what does it mean to be British? So, it's not only Britain that we're going to talk about today. I would like you to keep in your mind this question for your own nationality, race, culture, whatever you'd like to call it. What does it mean to be part of your culture and from your country? And as we read, we're going to practice our reading skills and we'll talk about any vocab that we don't understand. But we'll also discuss the points that these people bring up and use it to talk about our own cultures and countries. So I'm going to give you the link to the article, and then I'll just share my screen with you so that we can all follow along together. But if you prefer, you can load this up in your own window. So take a look at that. Should be big enough, I think. This is from the Guardian newspaper online, which is one of the newspapers I often read to keep up to date with what's going on in the UK. So feel free to check this out later on if you like. If you want to practice some reading, I find it quite a nice, easy to read newspaper. You can rely on the language being nearly perfect. There are there are occasionally some typos, but generally newspaper websites are pretty reliable. The good thing about this also is that it is from the UK, so the language that you'll find here will be British English. And if you have a need for practicing that or learning the difference between American and British English, then I recommend this website for you. Also, BBC News is probably the most famous and very useful too. Okay, so enough of me. What I'm going to do is get you guys to read a part of this now. It's quite an in-depth article, so we're going to go through this nice and slow. Just take your time with your reading. I'll correct you if you make any mistakes, and we'll see how we go. So, Amari, you are up first. If you could please read the title and then this introductory piece.
Okay, what does it mean to be British? And does it still matter? It is a summer for celebrating Britishness, but in many ways our identity has never been more complex. In the wake of the Queen's Diamond Jubilee, and before the Olympics, we asked 5 young people to debate the issue.
Oh, right. Thank you, Amari. Just to point out, guys, that this was written in 2012 between the Queen's Diamond Jubilee and the Olympics. Just so this is 2 years old. I, however, think it's still totally relevant, so I ignored that. Amari, great reading. A couple of tricky words for you. This one is identity.
Identity.
Excellent. This one is jubilee.
Jubilee.
And debate.
Debate.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Okay. Any questions about anything so far? Anybody? Questions about vocab or meaning?
I have no idea what Queen's Diamond Jubilee is.
Good question. Okay, so this is part of British culture. Does anybody know what the Queen's Diamond Jubilee is?
Just the 50th anniversary of his coronation?
Yep, absolutely. So this is the 50th anniversary. That basically means that the Queen of England, or the UK, has been Queen for 50 years. We tend to, I don't know whether this happens in your cultures, but for certain anniversaries, we have assigned, I suppose it's mostly precious metals or jewels. So 50 years is signified by diamond, and I'm really bad at remembering the rest of them, but I know that there's also gold, silver, and depending on the number of years, usually we use this when we're talking about marriage, so marriage anniversaries. But this is the anniversary of the Queen's coronation, which is when she was crowned Queen. Any other questions? No? Okay, in that case we'll continue. Thank you, Amari. We're just going to read short parts each today, guys. So Harry, it's up to your chance now. You'll see here the picture of the 5 people that we're going to be speaking to in a moment. So if we just read the caption, Harry, please, which is this part here.
Okay. Discussing what it means to be British clockwise from top left, businesswoman Shazia Awan, Countryside Alliance campaigner David Taylor, Labour activist Romena Davis, Queen campaigner Charlie Woodworth, and company founder Rayeep Day, photograph Catherine Rose, further observe. Observe.
Excellent. Yeah, thank you, Harry. So just to introduce the people and let you know a little bit about them, what their jobs are and their names. Okay, so 5 different British people, and they're going to talk about what it means to be British. So, Harry, if you could just read this one, please, as well.
Yvonne Roberts. Over the last few weeks, we've had lots of snapshots of what it means to be British. Some very traditional, such as the Jubil. How do I pronounce it?
Jubilee.
Jubilee. Some very traditional, such as the Jubilee. Some extraordinary, such as Danny Boyle's claims of what the Olympics opening might include. Very pastoral and rural. So I wondered what it means for you to be British.
Thank you, Harry. Well done. This word here is glimpse.
Glimpse, okay. Glimpse.
And this one? Pastoral.
Pastoral. Pastoral and glimpse. And jubilee. What's not the
Jubilee.
Jubilee, okay.
Yeah.
And glimpse and pastoral.
It's not a particularly common word, that one, guys. It just so happens that we're talking about it because of the nature of the timing of this article. But Jubilee isn't one that you need to worry too much about, guys, all right? Okay.
Teacher, I have a question. What does snapshots mean?
Good question. Anyone like to answer that? What does snapshot mean?
You can make a snapshot from this internet from your computer screen with a special program maybe. A snapshot means like a photograph of something like this one, yes.
Thank you. Absolutely. Raphael just showed you exactly what a snapshot. Actually, that's usually called a screenshot. A screenshot. But a snapshot is, Harry is absolutely right. It's basically like a photo, but a one that is taken quickly. So if you imagine snapshots are like a series of different photos or images of what it means to be British in a metaphorical sense.
Okay. I got it.
Is that clear? Yeah?
Yes. Thank you, teacher.
Cool.
Thank God.
Any other questions? All right, excellent. Let's continue. Hussein, could you read what Charlie says, please?
Charlie Woodward. I would never really think of myself as British so much as English. I don't feel like I relate particularly to anything around the Diamond Jubilee or the Olympics or Danny Boyle's pastoral stuff. It's a lot of hoopla in terms of being English. It's the nation and the state that I belong to. And I guess my sense of national identity probably comes out when I feel my country or my nation is being criticized. But I'm not a flag-waving, patriotic English person.
Thank you, Hussein. Beautiful reading. Well done. All right, so guys, Charlie brings up several interesting points. So we're just going to pause. Firstly, is there any doubt as to the vocab or what he means? Does everybody understand what he just said? Cool. If you do have any questions, just butt in. All right, so because we're talking about the Olympics, obviously when a country hosts some kind of worldwide event, there's usually some kind of opening or closing ceremony or some kind of presentation from that country to the rest of the world, which is supposed to sort of showcase the country. And this guy is saying really that he doesn't relate. Danny Boyle was the guy who designed the Olympic opening ceremony, and it included a lot of sort of English, British heritage and stuff. This guy is saying he didn't really relate to it that well. I'm just going to ask the Brazilians in this class, since we've just had the Football World Cup, just if you can tell us a little bit about how Brazil was presented to the world during the Football World Cup. Do you think it was a good representation of your country? Did you feel proud to be Brazilian? Did you feel like you could relate to what was going on. I'm going to ask Raphael with sunglasses first.
Okay, I can say that I feel proud of my country, not because of soccer, because I need to confess something. Sometimes people only feel proud of being Brazilian just because we do good at soccer, not on this World Cup, but I really enjoy being Brazilian and I feel proud of myself. But I'd like to add is I don't like when people feel too passionate about their nationality because when you do that, you start caring less about the rest of the world.
All right, thank you, Raphael. It's a very good point. I have to say I agree with you totally. And personally, I think that generally British people are not very patriotic. In actual fact, sometimes we're the opposite. We're not known for being a particularly patriotic country, I don't think, compared to some places. I'll ask the other Raphael. Raphael without the sunglasses. How did you feel about Brazil's portrayal of itself during the football that's just happened?
Uh, I think that vision, I think the image we shared to the world about Brazil, the image we issued, the impression we, if we put it in a balance, I think it was good, considering several aspects, several things, several problems that people believed that could happen with the history of protests and other bad things that could happen in order to affect the image of Brazil in a worldwide setting. Uh, I think it was a good image. At least my impressions, foreigners who came here, I think they enjoyed the country. They enjoyed the beauties of the country, and I think they went home satisfied with what they have seen here.
That's great, Raphael. That's great to know, and I'm pleased for Brazil. I agree. I think there was a lot of sort of talk about what might happen and things that could go wrong, and in
Yes,
actual fact, it
because
went very smoothly. Yeah.
sorry, because we're really respecting a really bad outcome of all of it. But luckily, this hadn't happened.
Yeah, it didn't happen. Didn't happen. Um, Thank you, both of you boys, for giving us your perspective. I want to ask, is there anybody in this class who was like a major football fan and watched the whole World Cup? No? I'm just wondering if anyone wants to give me their perspective on Brazil from an outsider's point of view. What did you guys think of Brazil and the way it handled the World Cup? Was it impressive? Were you expecting that? Does anyone want to answer that one?
Okay, I can say that it was good in general, but I have something to complain. I didn't know that FIFA is there to control everything, and I could say, oh, Brazil could do it better if FIFA didn't control everything.
In what way would you say they didn't control everything, Raphael? What
Uh,
particularly?
okay, I cannot tell you a lot about it because I don't have a lot of information. But they control what we sell on stadium. And we
Mhm.
are in Brazil, we have our own culture. So I think we should have the freedom to sell things according to our culture, and we can't.
All right. Thank you. That's an interesting point. The other thing that Charlie
Amy,
mentioned. Yeah, go ahead.
no, sorry. Just a quick question. I would like to hear from you. And what were your impressions about Brazil since before and after the World Cup? Had you changed your vision of Brazil, of Brazilians? Did you have some thoughts
say?
to share?
No,
Yeah.
to be honest, Raphael, I didn't really watch much of the World Cup. One, because the games were at weird times for me, because of the fact that I'm in New Zealand. But two, I'm not much of a football fan, so I did keep up with the scores and stuff, but I didn't really watch many of the games.
No, sorry.
Um,
Sorry, I asked wrongly. Not exactly about football, but about the image of Brazil as a whole. You know, in the whole setting, not only football.
Okay. I've actually learned a lot about Brazil through Verbling, strangely enough, that you put that question to me, Raphael, because I did not know any Brazilians. Not true. I know one Brazilian family who are absolutely lovely who live here, but I don't know them very well. My impression of your country is that actually you're kind of impressive to me because you've got a very diverse, huge country with a lot of different culture, it seems. This is just my outsider's perspective. A lot of different cultures and quite a diversity in the origins of your people. You also have a big country to deal with, which means you've got to deal with a lot of infrastructure. You have the Amazon, which is like an amazing natural resource. I think, to be honest, that you have come across as very professional in the way that you've handled the football, which I think some countries weren't expecting. As you're right, I think they were sort of expecting maybe something to go wrong. Basically, I think you should be very proud of yourselves because I think it's very difficult to cope with so much diversity, but also to be such a friendly, welcoming nation. And I also remember the end of the Olympics, because obviously Brazil is the next Olympic city. You know, you were so full of life in that short presentation that you gave, in contrast to my country, which is sort of a bit boring sometimes, I feel. I was kind of excited. I think your culture is really vibrant. I love the way that you have so much music and dancing and colour and life. So that's my impression.
Okay, thanks.
All right. One other thing that Charlie mentions in here is his sense of national identity. He says, my sense of national identity probably comes out when I feel my country or nation is being criticised. So I want to ask Hussein. Hussein, do you have a strong sense of national identity? Do you think?
Well, I don't think so. But okay, I can talk about my country a bit. Maybe I can talk about my ideas about national identity. Wait,
Yeah.
if you let. Okay. People generally in my country, I think they seem to me they are very proud of their nation, and sometimes they're more patriotic than it should be. But I think I think I'm not very nationalist. I'm not nationalist, or I don't know. I really don't see any difference between being a Turk and being a Greek person. And I don't think so. I'm not. I don't have a really strong national identity for myself. Yeah,
Okay.
I think I sometimes see it like accident of birth, right? If you, for example, I could be born in Africa as well. I could be an ancient tribe, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually a matter of luck, really, hey?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? It's not really your choice to be born somewhere, so
Yes.
national identity isn't too much of a big deal for you.
Yes. Exactly.
All right, thanks, Hussein. let's ask John Jaime. How do you feel about being Colombian? Is it important to you?
I don't know. I think I have a normal how did you say nationality feelings.
Mhm.
I think that I agree with Charlie in the in the article. I think that my nationality emerged when my country is criticized or something. But in general, not. I think normal feelings about in particular about the Colombian.
All right. Thank you very much. All right, we'll continue reading for a moment. So, Hussein, if you could read what David says, please.
My mother's my mother's Scottish, my father's half Welsh, so I can't really say I'm fully English, but I'm British. I'm a bit of everything. I'm a hybrid. And it's not until you go to a different country and look at the way, sorry, they do things that we say, oh, we do that differently. So I think being British or being English is what we do naturally.
Thank you, Hussein. This word here is a hybrid. A hybrid.
Hybrid, okay.
Okay, interesting point he makes here. I just want to welcome David to the class. Hi, David.
Hi, teacher.
Sorry, I haven't said hello to you yet. Welcome to the class. I'll ask you, David, to tell us where you're from. Which country are you from?
Brazil.
Okay, excellent. It's very good to have 3 Brazilians in the class today, because it's kind of relevant how the world has been looking at you guys. Okay, have you ever been to another country, David?
Yes.
No,
sorry.
You never have? No,
Sorry,
okay.
No.
That's okay. I'm just wondering if you can understand what David Taylor here says about being from your place, so being Brazilian. What kind of things do you think Brazilians are like, or what kind of things do you think you guys do naturally that perhaps other cultures don't do? Can you think of anything?
Maybe we are pessimists about ourselves. We criticize very much our country, our politicians, and we don't are we are not patriotic.
You are not patriotic? And okay, that's
Yes.
very interesting, because I would have to say that I'd probably say those things about British people. So you think you're pessimistic about your country. Why do you think that is? Because from my point of view, Brazil looks like an amazing country. Why do you think you're pessimistic?
Every Brazilian person say bad things about his country. We always see the other country as better than Brazil.
Okay.
We criticize the politicians. We criticize everything. I don't know. I like of Brazil.
All right, you like your country, even though most people are pessimistic about it.
We are free. We don't have war. We don't have bad things that happen because of nature. I don't know the name.
Natural disasters.
Yeah, natural disasters we don't have.
All right, so you're grateful to be Brazilian, David. I think he means.
What?
I think he's saying.
What?
You're grateful. You're happy to be Brazilian.
Yeah, I'm happy.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that. All right, I want to ask, just because David's brought a couple of points up, the 2 Raphaels. Would either of you like to comment on what David just said?
I can say that I kind of agree with him, but not totally.
Hmm.
Because yes, he's right when it comes to politics. Because we suck at politics. Uh, our president is not totally good. I mean, he's not trying her best.
Yeah.
But what I like about my country is the way we behave. I mean, we are extremely friendly. I think if
Yep.
you come to Brazil, I can give you an example. If you plan to travel to Brazil, you may think, oh, I don't want to go by myself. Yes, you can come to Brazil by yourself because once you are here, you're going to make a lot of friends, even if you're going to meet strangers
Yeah.
because people don't feel afraid of talking to strangers on the
Hmm.
street in general
Hmm.
because you may start asking what time is it, and then you start a conversation, and then this person becomes your friend, and that's what I like about my country.
Thank you, Raphael. Okay, it's really interesting to hear these opinions. In a moment, I'm going to go to Harry because we haven't asked him about Germany yet. But I just want to read one more paragraph before we come to you, Harry, and to get your perspective on it. So I'm going to ask John Jaime, could you read here what Shazia says, please?
Okay, Shazia Awan. I am very proud to be British. I consider it an absolute honor and privilege to be born in a Western society where we value democracy, human rights, the right to vote, rights for women, parliament. We have politicians with all their faults. We battle what they feel are injustice. As a society, we have become ungrateful. We have the in HS, we have an education system, and we are actually quite a caring, accepting, tolerant nation. There are a lot of negative associations about British identity, but as soon as you step out British, people will love to have a passport that say British citizen. My passport say British, born in Wales, which you know is how I say myself essentially. I've met asylum seekers. We have let home, country, everything in the hope that there's something better in Britain. You have got people that say I don't see myself as British, and I think, well, you should be jolly well ashamed of yourself.
Thank you, John Jaime. Great reading. Just two little words that tripped you up. This one is asylum.
Okay, asylum.
Yeah,
Asylum.
asylum seekers, correct. This one is ashamed.
Ashamed. Ashamed.
Yeah, well done. Okay, any questions about the vocab? Do we understand what Shazia said, firstly?
Yes, asylum. Yes, people that need to leave their country for political reasons or something.
Yes, exactly right. Yep. Okay. So Shazia obviously has quite a positive feeling about being British. She mentions that there are a lot of rights, that we have quite a nice, easy society, we have freedom, which is all very, very good points. I'm going to ask Harry. Harry, how do you feel about being a German citizen and your culture? What do you feel about it? Can you sort of sympathise or feel what Shazi is saying? Because Germany is very similar to Britain in these particular ways. What would you say?
For me, it's only on the paper on my passport to be German. Yeah, and I think it makes it difficult when we have different nationalities, when we want to travel to another countries, maybe we get judged easily without, because when I traveled to the United States, they made a move with their hands like Adolf Hitler, and I was really shocked as they did it, because
Is that right?
you could, yes, when they read German, they can, when we do it here in Germany and we make these movements, we get arrested, because it's not allowed to make these movements with the hand in public. And when we see it, when a police officer sees it, you get arrested, and you become big trouble when we do it in public. We can't do it; it's not allowed. And I think so I made experience with about it, but I think I'm not angry about it anymore, because when I go to another country and the people act like they do, I can think, oh, how can I handle this situation? I can think, oh, I can go I can be sad about it, and I can say no, right? It's happened right now, but it's not. I don't feel want to be hurt, and yeah, and then maybe the next question could be, why could a person do it? Because if the person would know what happened really in the past, maybe they wouldn't do that. They didn't ask people who made the experience in this situation how they feel, that it was not a funny situation, that it was a really uh, difficult situation for them. And we should not make a joke about this old situation, and should not use it for in the present right now. And
Thank you, Harry. Yeah, that's sad to hear, I have to say, for me anyway. You know, I'm sure you're not the first person that's happened to, and it just is kind of a shock, really, that people. I guess it's the history of certain countries, and it's not only Germany, Harry. I have to say that this type of thing sometimes comes out in my life too, because Britain is not totally innocent either. I mean, we colonise lots of places, and in the past, you know, we haven't been the greatest country. I'm not saying that we are now either. And I sometimes feel a little bit upset that people judge me, who I was born in 1987, so you can work out how old I am. You know, because I personally wasn't involved in any of that. However, I do have British genes, I guess. But it's strange, and I have to say, Harry, that I always try not to judge the people from various countries on what's happened there in the past, because I don't see much point in that. I think we're now living in 2014, and the only way that we can carry on is to move forward. But thank you for sharing that with us. All right, so I want to talk about the things that you're proud of, okay? Because Shazia says that she's proud of being British for the following reasons. And I have to say I agree with her. I think I'm very proud of some of the things that my country does. I'm very proud of the fact that we have such a good health service, which is free. So, you know, no matter how poor you are, you can get full treatment for any disease or accident that happens to you. And actually, that's pretty rare. What are you proud of about your country? That's what I want to ask you guys now, to finish off the class. So I'm going to go to, first of all, David. What makes you proud to be Brazilian, David?
Maybe we are humble people, and people People are happy and work hard,
Yeah.
and generally we are we treat well, very well, the foreigners.
Very good. I have to say that's probably something that British people are not good at. Or else we don't mean to treat foreigners badly. I just think people are not very aware of our natural reservation, and we're quite private. So sometimes we come across a bit sort of unfriendly, I think, which I'm not happy about. But thank you, David. I'm going to write these in the chat box because I like to finish the class on a happy note and think about all the things that are great about our country. So thank you, David. I'm going to ask John Jaime, what is good about Colombians?
About Colombians, I don't. A lot of things. In particular, I am proud this year from our cyclists in the Giro d'Italia, for example, because our people is not as tall as the, for example, as the European people are. There are small or thin, but we have the first and the second place in this race, and I am very proud of this in this year in particular.
What sport are you talking about, John Jaime? Sorry, I missed that.
Cyclists.
Ah, cycling. Okay, that's wonderful. Okay, fantastic. I'm going to put Colombians are great cyclists. There you go. Hussein, what are you proud of Iraqi people? Why are you proud to be Iraqi?
I'm not Iraqi. I'm from Turkey. The person.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Turkish people.
The person from Iraq left the class.
I'm sorry, Hussein. I got you muddled.
No problem. And maybe I should talk about firstly what people think, what people consider the things that we can be proud of being a Turk. We generally say that we have a great history. We have created a lot of empires in the history, and we created one of the biggest empire in the history, which was called Ottoman Empire. And we conquered all the places. I don't know. People say we conquered Istanbul. And we should be very proud of it. And also the other stuff, I don't know. There are a lot of things, but I want to say that I think being a part of a nation is not a proud, or the things that your nation did is not something that you can be proud of. Because to me, personally, if you want to be proud of something, you need to achieve it on your own.
Yeah.
And it's not something like when you look at the history, you cannot say, I'm very proud of being Turk. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me, really. And I see a lot of people say like, my nation is better than yours, your nation is lower than mine and stuff. I really don't like it, and I think all the people on the earth are equal, and people should achieve the things on their own, I think, and they should be proud of it, which they achieve on their own, I think. Yeah.
Thank you, Hussein. That's a really great point. Thank you for sharing that. But I still have put Turks have a magnificent history in the chat box, okay? Let's ask Harry. Harry, why are you proud to be German?
I totally agree with Hussein. We have to work together to become closer between countries, and I'm proud I can say I can be proud for German because because people think outside that we are not tolerate foreign people from another countries, but that's not true. When you visit our hospitals, you can see more doctors from foreign countries than German doctors. We are really international, and yes, my neighbors are all foreign neighbors and from Polish people, and yeah, and I like it very much. And when I see how fast they learn German, in 2 till 3 months they can speak German. That says we have a good school system which which has a good teaching in languages in the German, and we have a good school system. Yes.
Absolutely. To be honest, Harry, I have to say that for me, Germans are the best at speaking foreign languages. In my experience as a language teacher, not only English, but I just feel that Germans seem to be so good at learning foreign languages, and I think that's very admirable. And I really like your point. Thank you. Okay, the two Raphaels, you get to add some more things about Brazil. So, Raphael with sunglasses, first of all. Why are you proud of being a Brazilian?
Okay, I'm going to try to add something else. I can say that I'm proud of being Brazilian because we are always trying to see the brighter side of things. Although we have a lot of problems here in Brazil, especially social problems when it comes to poverty, a lot of issues. But what I'm trying to say is, you can be a princess living in a castle, and you may have a lot of cars, a lot of fancy clothes, and you may be unhappy. And you can come to Brazil, you can see people living in poverty, and sometimes they don't have houses, and it's not a good house to live, but they call it a house anyway. And you may see it's a possibility that they are happier than you being a princess living in a castle.
Thank you, Raphael. What a great point. I'll ask the other Raphael to finish off for us. You have the last word for the class, Raphael, without sunglasses.
I think Brazilians are straightforward. They tend to have a simple way of living without too much, just with the basic. They are really easygoing. Yes, I don't have anything else about it.
All right.
Okay, but we talked a little bit about differences in countries and cultures and everything, about good things and bad things. But well, we are here in the Earth. Earth is our home. So just this little gram of dust in the hugeness of universe.
Yep.
So above all this, we must get together, learn how to live in brotherhood, respecting our differences and resemblances and all races. So that's my vision. We need to love and respect.
Well, I'm not going to add anything further to that. What a great end to the class. Thank you. Thanks to everybody for coming, for sharing your opinions about your own countries. I'm going to go ahead after my next class, which is writing. If you want to practice your writing, come along with me now. I'm going to post these comments on Facebook and invite other students to write something great about their countries too. But I love what Raphael said, and I agree 100%. We're all on this planet together, and we should try to get on. All right, guys, take care. Have a great evening. If you want to practice your writing, come to my next class. If not, I hope to see you soon, and have a great week. Take care, and see you later.
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you, Amy.
Bye.
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 Class of Mary, great to have you here. Harry, hello, and how are you?
Good morning. I'm doing fine. I just finished another class, and it was great that I continue to speak English, and it's becoming better and better with time. I recognize it, and
That's really great news, Harry. Congratulations. You're obviously putting in lots of effort, so you're getting rewards from it, which is good. I'm very glad to hear that.
And now I want to more about British people. Maybe you can tell me, because I don't know really much about British people.
Well, we are a mysterious lot, Harry. But you'll find out a little bit today when we start reading our article. So hopefully, well, you can ask me as many questions as you like, but we'll find out what other people feel like about being from the UK a bit later. So welcome to the class.
Okay, thank you.
Hussein, how are you today?
Hello, Amy. I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm great, thank you very much. And have you had a good day today, a bad day,
No,
an
but
indifferent day?
no, it was very good. I have
Yeah?
had a lot of fun, and I have studied English. I still keep studying,
Mm-hmm.
as you see. And yeah, that's it.
All right, just a regular old day.
Yeah,
Very good.
exactly.
Well, that's good to know. And each day that you keep on studying English, you're getting better. What does it mean to be British? An interesting question, because I think it means different things to different people. We're going to read an article today, or at least part of an article, and we're going to discuss both what it means to be British, but also what it means to be a member of your society or your culture in your country. So, who do we have to talk about this lovely topic with us today? Let's say hi to the students. We'll go in order so I don't miss anybody out. So I'll say hello to Amari. How are you today?
I'm a fine teacher. Thank you for asking. And you?
I'm great, thank you, Amari. And do you have any exciting news for me today, this lovely Wednesday evening for you? Thursday morning for me.
No, today I just work and I will to see a movie in the end of night.
Mm-hmm.
In the in my weekends, probably I will make a party because it's my birthday.
Ah, it's your
Will
birthday!
yeah.
When? When's your birthday, Amari? Today or at the weekend?
No, 29 of July.
29th.
Yes, I will
Okay.
make it 26 years old.
Very exciting. Well, I hope you have a great party.
Sorry? I don't understand, sorry.
I hope you have a great party at the weekend.
Oh, that's great. Thank you, teacher. Thank you. I have a cold today. Maybe my voice is strange. I don't know.
Oh, that's okay. I can understand you perfectly.
Okay, great. Thank you.
All right, welcome to the Better and Better. So that's good news. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's say hello to John or John Jaime.
John Jaime. Hi, teacher.
Hello, nice to meet you. Where are you from, John Jaime?
I am from Bogota, Colombia.
Ah, very cool. So tell me, why are you studying English?
Why? Because it's very important for the work, for the study, for everything, I think, in a globalized world like this.
Yeah.
It's very important.
All right. And, well, I agree with you totally. What is your job, John Jaime? Are you studying or working?
Yes, I work in a university. I am a professor of
And what
mathematics.
subject? Oh, mathematics. Don't talk to me about mathematics. We'll stick with English, okay?
Yes, but I need a lot of English in my career for read papers and write papers.
Yeah. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. Well, it's lovely to meet you, and welcome to the class.
Okay, thank you.
Hello to Raphael. Number one, should I say, because you have two Raphaels. So Raphael with the sunglasses on in your picture. Hello.
Okay, hello.
Nice to meet you. Have I met? Hello everybody and welcome to this Verbling class. My name is Amy and today's class is part of my series in the Best of British Culture topic, which is basically a chance to both explore one of the primary cultures of the English language, which is where I'm from, the UK, but also to kind of use that as a talking point, a starting point for discussing the cultures where you guys are from, because it's interesting to share all of the different diversity of culture that we have here on Verbling and all around the world. So today I'm going to be reading an article called "What Does It Mean to Be British?" from the Guardian newspaper online. You can access this article via the link that you'll see on the class description. We won't get through the whole article today, but it is interesting to see the perspectives of 5 young people from the UK talking about what it means to be British, what they feel it involves, and also we're going to be talking about your cultures. So do come along and join us if you would like to practice your speaking. It's going to be an interesting class today because it's a very interesting article. I found it really interesting to read myself. So let's have a look at some things that can help you out. During your time here on Verbling, there are several resources that you can use to help you. The first of which is, this one is my Facebook page, but generally the teachers do have a Facebook page related to Verbling. So go ahead there, you can click on and follow me or like me and see what I'm doing on that page and what my students are doing, a way of keeping in touch informally, sharing ideas, sharing resources. Do go ahead and check that out if you have a spare moment amidst your studying. The second of the 2 pages there in the chat box is my Verbling teacher page, which you can use to find out more information or to get in touch with me. So if you're interested in my classes and you want to keep an eye on them, you can click on the blue follow button. You'll receive automatic notifications of my classes when they're upcoming, and you'll be able to see what they're going to be about. So if you really want to focus on writing, for example, you can see when those writing classes are coming up and make sure that you don't miss out on them by booking ahead. The other thing that you'll see on there is my calendar. So some students like to also take on private tutoring sessions, which is useful for one-on-one study. So if there's anything that you have specific that you want to work on, or you just like to have time just with you and the teacher, then the one-on-one tutoring sessions are the best way to go. In my sessions, what we'll do is discuss your goals and your needs, come up with a plan, and work on those things together throughout your sessions. Or if you just have a one-off problem question, you would like a grammar explanation, or you want to prepare for an exam, you can use your tutoring session in whichever way you like. So do go ahead, have a look at my schedule, take a look at the other teachers' schedules too. You'll find all of that information on the Verbling teacher page. Okay, so today's topic, as I mentioned before, is Best of British Culture,